Good evening, everyone. Late Night Mega here, and tonight we're going to do a Shadows over Innistrad Remastered Premier Draft. So this is back for a couple of weeks. I don't know how many of these drafts I'm going to get to do. I want to do a good, decent amount of them if I can. Brief overview, I did draft this like maybe 3 or 4 times back when this first came out earlier in the year, but I didn't get to do a whole lot of it. I didn't record any of that. What I remember from this, I also played this set when it first came out, so I had a little bit of experience there, but kind of like Amonkhet and Kaladesh Remastered, this set is both Shadows over Innistrad and Eldritch Moon kind of mashed together, some cards from each set, and some cards that aren't from either set, although this time, unlike having really wild stuff like, Hornet Queen and Amonkhet, the cards that aren't from the Shadows over Innistrad or Eldritch Moon are from the original Innistrad block. This particular draft, they said they're doing the flashback set, so when they first ran this, apparently they had 4 different weeks, and each week they had a different sort of theme and some of the different cards from the different Innistrad throwback cards. I wasn't the biggest fan of the flashback ones, mainly because Lingering Souls and Spider Spawning are in this at uncommon level, and I feel they're just way too strong to contend with at times, or way too good. If you play them, you basically win the game. Other things I remember from this particular draft, we've got the main tribes of Innistrad with the allied color pair tribes, your spirits, zombies, madness, vampire with the madness mechanic, werewolves, and humans. And most of the decks are probably going to be in those color pairs. I think other things that might show up, or we might get to play, is blue-red. There's decent blue-red support here, and decent blue-green investigate decks. The rest is kind of, white-black, black-green, and white-red are kind of odd, to say the least, in drafting this particular set. Another thing is, though, even though when we have these tribal payoffs, the 5 tribes, there's not a ton of tribal payoffs where you're going to have cards that don't really work without being heavily invested into a particular tribe. For the most part. Anywho, let's go ahead and get ourselves a draft table here. That's enough of the introductions. Of course, I wanted to have a long introduction because otherwise the table would fill up immediately. Now, I'm surprised it's taking this long to find a draft table. This is the first day that this is going up. Also, I think Wizards fixed the bug for the not saving the basic land favorite types. I think that has been resolved. We'll find out when we get into the deck building for sure. I set the favorites to, well, you'll see. We'll keep that a surprise. Gotta keep you guys in suspense somehow. Aside from waiting for the draft table to fill up. But yeah, this is also not a standard legal set. There's still drafts of Wilds of Eldraine going on right now. So the draft people are kind of maybe split between the two, and this isn't a standard legal set, so maybe people are less likely to want to draft it. I don't know. Yeah, this is like a tribal payoff for green-white humans. If you end up playing a green-white humans deck and you don't have this card, it's not that big of a deal. Another thing you're going to hear is that a lot of these cards have been mostly downshifted in rarity. This used to be a rare. You're going to hear me say that a lot. This used to be an uncommon. Well, this is still a rare, and I think that's going to be the pick. Elder Deep Fiend. That was kind of a terror. It was used a bit in Standard, even. Haste. Oh, this thing is good, too. A lot of the uncommons are really good. But I'm going to take the Elder Deep Fiend. I don't even have any of those. Alright. It does have the Emerge mechanic. There's also the Wretched Griff I wouldn't mind picking up as well. If we can't emerge it, that's okay too. Sigarda's Aid is here, which this is... It has constructed potential. There's a Wretched Griff. There's an Ingenious Scab. Courageous Outrider, that's a... Okay, this one is a human payoff card that you want to have a lot of humans. Yeah, Delirium's in this set too. I don't think I care about that. Definitely don't think I care about that. Is the Scab good enough, or should I take the Outrider? Take the Scab and stick with blue. There's also the Wretched Griff here. I think we're going to do that for now. I don't know if humans is really going to be open or where we end up landing. Oh, this card is actually pretty decent. Just big bodies. I think the worst... Ooh, Dragunder. Yeah, this is the bounce a thing, draw a card. I wouldn't mind the Port Town coming back if we end up being blue-white. We're just going to stick with blue for right now. This being kind of like the Tellurian Geyser, only it doesn't have the kicker option to gain 3 life. This card I also think used to be an uncommon. Oh, and we get a 4th pick Incendiary Flow. This used to be an uncommon back in the main set, though I think they upshifted... the Madness burn spell that does 3 damage. Can't remember the name offhand. That's now an uncommon instead of a common. Oh, that Menace thing would be pretty decent to drop. This is the like 3rd pack with a Wretched Griff. I wouldn't mind the Exultant Cultist. That goes well with the Elder Deep Fiend and the Wretched Griff. But I think we're going to try settling into Blue Rider. There's also Blood Mist there. That can give a thing double strike. That can be really strong, too. Okay, well, our colors appear open. We have Alchemist Greeting. If we have a Madness Enabler, this is not a very good trick. If we have a Madness Enabler, we can probably find some Madness Enablers. And we do kind of want removal. I would like this Corpse Trawler too. Because it goes pretty great with the Emerge. We have to wheel some of the Emerge stuff. I'm going to take the removal though. Because we know we want to play removal. Speaking of Madness Enablers, here's one now. The Ember Eye Wolf is not the greatest 2-drop. We also have Silent Departure. Geist of the Archives is also playable. Pieces of the Puzzle, I don't think we want that. So it's between the Neonate and the Silent Departure. I'm going to take the Silent Departure. Just go for some bounce, tempo-y stuff. That'll go great with the Scab too. Here's a Madness card we like. This is a really good red 2-drop, by the way. Because you can enable your Madness stuff for free. Even though we only have one Madness card right now. We are in red. Red and black are kind of the Madness colors. But we can get more of that. Fleeting Memories. We're not really doing clues right now. Oh, Essence Flux could be cool, but I'm more interested... Yeah, I'm more interested in the Bloodseeker 2-drop. Imprisoned in the Moon. It's not a great card, especially early on, because you're, like, ramping your opponent. And I have had some people play this against me, and it kind of ramped me into bigger stuff sooner. I'm going to take the 2-drop with Menace. I think that's fine. And here we have another card with Madness. We have Jace's Scrutiny, which can be good too. Self-mill. Yeah, some of the zombie stuff is doing like self-mill things. I think it's between the Scrutiny and the Blood Mad Vampire. Let's keep taking some Madness things. Faithless Looting is not really where we want to be. Deals combat damage to a player, vote a +1/+1 counter on it. And it has Madness. Could grab a Neonate here. Neonates I feel come around late. So I'm going to take the Blood Mad Vampire. I'm also noticing on the wheel all those Withered Wretches are not wheeling. I had more important stuff to pick early on. I gotta remember exactly how Emerge cost. Cast a spell by sacrificing a creature and paying the Emerge cost reduced by that creature's mana value. It can reduce colored things, but like if I sack this, will it reduce it by 3 or only by 2? I want to say it'll reduce it by the full 3. It'll just reduce the generic by 3, and I'd have to pay 2 blue and 2, so 4 mana. Ah, there's a Neonate. I think that's going to be the pickup here. This card's not bad either. And neither is Uncaged Fury. But we have a couple Madness things. I want to keep those flowing. Oh, hey. Here's Wretched Griff. Well, basically, I want everything in this pack, if I'm being honest. Let's take a Wretched Griff. Flyers are pretty good. This one draws us a card, too. Is that Cultist going to wheel? Okay, so one of these Griffs wheeled. Can we get that Cultist back that draws us a card when it dies? Because that goes great with the Griff. We got 8 creatures right now, 4 non-creatures. Ingenious Scob, I think, is considered like one of the best blue commons. Okay. Can't attack or block unless a player has no cards in hand. That's not really good. Yeah, I guess I'm going to take the Borrowed Hostility. Ooh, I get another Neonate. And another Borrowed Hostility. Okay. I'm going to put those to the sideboard immediately. Second Harvest. For each token you control, make a copy that's a permanent. Not super interested in that. 2-mana, 2/1 Flyer is not bad. Although we have an Incendiary flow here, that's going to be the pick. I would love the Highland Lake. Though if nobody else is blue-red, that might come back to us. But I'm definitely going to take the flow. We're going to go with the flow. Oh, we have a mythic here. Startled Awake. Target opponent mills 13 cards. Sure. Put Startled Awake from your graveyard onto the battlefield transformed. Skulk. When it deals combat damage to a player, return it to its owner's hand. Okay, well, it's a mythic, so we're going to take it. What am I even giving up by mythic drafting this? Deny Existence, which is kind of meh. That does have madness, but it's not great. Explosive apparatus. Yeah, most removal in this set is not super great. I'm going to take the Mythic. I will still be Mythic drafting, generally speaking. Actually, why did I put this here? Milling 13 cards, that's... plus the starting hand, that's like half the deck. I don't know if we could get a mill sub-theme going in our deck or not. I'm going to keep it down here. Oh, this pack has everything I want again. We have Rise from the Tides, which is amazing. We have the Gaia Reach Bandit, which is also amazing, but not necessarily for this deck. Make Mischief, deals 1 damage to any target, create a 1/1 devil. That's okay. We have another Wretched Griff here. Maybe we get back a Rise from the Tides. Oh, we have Triskaidekaphobia here. Which, that's just kind of a... it's a card. We have Blood Mist again. Target creature I control gains double strike. That's not bad. Could also take the Flyer. Because I have seen these Blood Mists wheel before. Though with 2 Bloodman vampires. Oh, but Tattered Haunter is pretty good too. I'm gonna take... I think I'm going to take the Blood Mist. And I can just get both. I can just get both. Cool. Rush of Adrenaline wouldn't be bad if that wheels. I think we're definitely in the right lane. There's another Neonate. Draw 3 cards, untap up to 2 lands, and then discard a card. I might want the card draw. Keep the cards flowing. Take inventory keeps cards flowing, but that's not quite what we're doing. When this thing dies, it becomes a Scythe. I don't think we need that. I'll take another Neonate, though. Wait, what's this thing? Put target card from your graveyard on the bottom of your library. I don't think we want that. Take inventory. It's good if you have a bunch of them. Alright, do we want a Flyer or another Menace dude? I'll take the Flyer. Flyers are a bit tougher to block in this set. Oh, look, we get everything back. The Flyer and the Highland Lake. I'm going to take the Lake to fix our mana. Also, there's a late Angelic Purge here. That's a pretty decent removal, even though you have to sacrifice something. The sacrifice thing can help you with Delirium by sacrificing a land. Topple guys should not be here anymore. This stuff isn't fantastic. I guess I'll take the Madness thing. We got Rise from the Tides back. That's awesome. I was hoping to get that back. I didn't think it would happen, but here we are. We still have a whole pack to go, and we have a pretty playable deck right now. I'm just gonna do... none of this is... we're not gonna be short of playables, so I'm just gonna take the uncommon. So we do want to get some more spells. How are we doing on 2-drops? We got 2, 3, 4. That's pretty good, especially in this format. This format, you can probably get away with less. Oh yeah, Rush of Adrenaline back. Cool. And I'll take the flyer, though we're probably gonna cut that one. Alright. Pyrehound is one of our payoffs for blue-red. Collective effort. Oh, that's a cool one. But it's not anywhere near what we're doing. So we're going to have to take... We could take the advanced Stitch Wing. Or the Herald. I was going to take the Herald. I could take another Silent Departure. I think I'd rather just have a flyer. Flyers are so good, especially when we've got the Blood Mist and can give stuff. But whenever assembled alpha's blocks, it becomes blocked by a creature. It deals 3 damage to that creature and 3 to that creature's controller. That's kind of a bomb rare. Oh, this is a good 2-drop. Madness Enabler, Madness Enabler. This pack is insane. And we have the Stormkirk Occultist, which is also, it has Madness, and I think that used to be a rare as well. I'm gonna... Man, there's so many good choices. I would take the actual rare. I don't know. Shreds of Sanity. Turn up to 1 target instant and 1 target sorcery from your graveyard to your hand, then discard a card and exile Shreds of Sanity. That's not bad. Do you have another Alchemist Greeting? Conduit of Storms, attacks add red. That's not a bad one either. We can get 2 things back and like pitch an extra land or something. Yeah. Another Incendiary Flow. Oh, there's the Cultist that I wanted, but I'm not going to pass any of these Incendiary Flows that should not be, coming this late. This card also goes with our theme. Taps to add colorless for an instant or sorcery. Now, if there's 3 or more instant or sorceries in your graveyard, you transform it. Oh gosh, that card is good too. But I'm going to take the flow. I'm going to take the Galvanic Bombardment. We're just going to burn everything. There's another Madness Enabler card here, but we just want to expand on on the spells we have. Howlpack Wolf can't block unless you control another wolf or werewolf. Oh, there's this thing. Flash, it has hexproof as long as it entered the battlefield this turn. I don't think that's that great, but I mean, kind of goes along with what we're doing. If we went the route with this thing, I'm actually just going to take another Highland Lake, make sure our mana works. We have tons of cards we can play right now. We do not have a shortage of playables at all. Make Mischief, Village Messenger, Haste. I don't remember if this one's good or not. I think we got plenty of stuff anyways. I'll take the other Ravenous Bloodseeker. Oh, Pyrehound came back. Guess I can grab that. Yeah, this is a case of when you're in the right lane, you can get a lot of stuff for your deck. Wow. Both the red Madness things are coming back. This thing has Trample. I'm going to grab that. Uncaged Fury, sure. Oh, hey, I got the Cultist back. Cool. That goes with our Emerge cards pretty well. We also... Okay, nobody is playing the Madness deck or drafting the Madness deck properly. I can conclude that with all the stuff we've gotten. I'm just gonna take this. We have so many cuts we need to make. This card's even kind of playable. It helps with Delirium, which we're not really doing in this deck. Okay. We have 11 cuts we need to make. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, we're playing the Unfinity lands. I'm just going to start by cutting everything, because there's way too much here. And let's start re-adding the stuff that is important. I don't think we're going to end up playing Startled Awake. But Bombardments, 3 Incendiary Flows, those are all going in. How many Madness cards do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, so not a ton. I think we still play them, however. We definitely play the Scab. We play the Drag Under. I do want to play the alphas. I want to play like all this big stuff too. Well, maybe not this one. I don't know, I could sack the Cultist and then it's... Also, these Emerge cards are kind of nice with against white, because one of the premium removal spells, especially at common, is like a pacifism effect. So the Emerge just kind of makes that a little bit worse. I feel like we're not going to need the Neonates, though. I don't think we have enough Madness and Madness wanting stuff. How many instants and sorceries do we have right now? 7? I think we can still play Rise from the Tides. We're going to play Silent Departure. We're going to play Pour Over the Pages. Question is, how many of them are going to be... We only have 2 that are instants. That'll make the Shreds of Sanity a little bit worse. And I don't think we need to dilute our deck to play Borrowed Hostility. I could use some 2-drops. And I think we're going to play some of this stuff. We'll play that Spirit, that Cultist. Oh, and I didn't put in the big hitters yet. Alright, so that... That's at the beginning of combat. This is more... I don't know, we're not doing a lot of Madness stuff. We could run the Pyrehound. We have 10 instants and sorceries. I kind of wanted to run the Blood Mist as well. Or the Uncaged Fury, one of those two. If not both. What creatures? Oh, I want it. Because the Blood Mist goes well with those, but maybe I shouldn't even be running those. But I mean, Blood Mist is going to go well with our Flyers and Menace thing anyways. It can go great with our Trampler. Maybe we don't need the assembled alphas. Because we kind of have Wretched Grift, Elder Deep Fiend, and Rise from the Tides. I think that's enough top-end things. That I think we could cut that and run. Because what the... I have Pyrehound too. Because what the Blood Mist does is it kind of makes every creature into a big threat. And with all our spells in that, we're going to be... I think this is going to be the deck. Definitely going to be a 17 land deck with Pour Over the Pages. We want to be hitting our land drops to be doing this sort of stuff. Do I have enough? I mean, I have 2 Madness Enablers for 2/3 Madness cards, which we're fine playing normally anyways. So we don't necessarily need the Madness Enablers. Yeah, this is... We're going to start the deck with, like, this. We have double blue. We have a lot more red cards. I think this is fine. We got 2 Highland Lakes as well. Could also run the Uncaged Fury over, but I like Blood Mist. Even though Uncaged Fury does have a little bit more synergy, I think we're good. Alright, let's give this a shot. I can always move around those vampires too if we don't need them. Now we just have to find a game. Well, we found an opponent. It is Electric Punk. We have 10 red sources in the deck. I'm actually going to keep this. Any third land gives us the Herald. Okay, well at least we have the Herald. We're up against blue-white. Take inventory, alright. Okay, I just made a comment that we have 10 red sources and I draw nothing but islands. Okay, we're up against Esper colors. Ah, there we go. Well, if our opponent isn't playing anything, I don't need to play anything either into their removal or whatever they got going on. Forbidden Alchemy. Unburial Rites. You're gonna Unburial Rites that? Oh, you are. I think we can just kill that. I don't want our opponent having flyers. I am the only one that's allowed to have flyers. Okay, so now he's got 5 mana. There's a Spectral Shard. What did I just say? Although you didn't leave blue untapped. So we'll just get that out of here. Maybe. Peeling Dread. Okay, you can stall me a little bit. This thing, if it does damage to an opponent, gets a +1/+1 counter. So they can recast this. Dusk. Fester. Okay. That one's annoying. Could just bounce both things, hit them for 8. This would grow. I kind of want it to grow, because then it can trade with their flyer. Could also just bounce the flyer a couple of turns and not give them extra cards. I want the, let's go for the damage. Because Blood Mist is also going to become insane. Alright, there's Severed Bloodline. Yeah, you needed removal after that. Interesting you didn't play the Inspector again. What do you... Oh, you're gonna tap my stuff down. Alright. There's a Geist. There's our Cultist. So this is why the Scob is good. I don't think there's a minus trick here. At instant, I'd be kind of surprised. So we can just get in there for 4. And we'll play our Cultist. Incendiary Flows can also... Yeah, any target. So that can go to the face, too. And we still have 2 of those left in the deck. Bound my Moon Silver. Alright. That's the thing I was talking about. You can also sack another permanent to... Ha! Perfect. I'm going to emerge and just sack the Scab off. And sack the Cultist, but I'd rather them not get to the opportunity to just move that around. Actually swing here. Can I? Yeah, now I don't have good attacks. Okay. He's got some stall tactics. He's got Sever the Bloodline up. I can swing, sack a thing, and go down to... put him down to 2. I like that, because that makes everything near lethal. I think that's fine. It also makes Incendiary Flow lethal. And we still have 2 of those in the deck. We have a lot of cards that can just win us the game on the spot. Kinda gonna need that, though. Fiend Binder. Oh, that's annoying. So this blocks here. This eats this. That trades. I really just want another card. I mean, you gotta block it. I just want the card. Because Incendiary Flow is lethal. That card does not say Incendiary Flow. But it is a good one. Gives me something to do with these extra lands. Yeah, it kinda doesn't. Oh, come on. Feeling of Dread. Alright, that's fine. I don't need to discard anything. This thing can only block flyers, yeah. Opponent's starting to get a little too much. Oh, the Daring Sleuth, that's a good one. Sack a clue, transform, deals combat damage to a player, investigate. That is risky, though. Rise from the Tides for 2? Oh, come on, don't do this, deck. Well, this has to block the flyer. There's all kinds of blocks. I guess I'm going to do this. Sad that it's only for 2. Like, I've got so many cards here that just win the game right now. We're still at 18, though, so we're not dead anytime soon. The opponent has been through, well, 7 more cards than we have. Take Inventory is one of those cards that it's good if you can get it in multiples. I am actually going to trade off this Blood Mad Vampire. Because I don't need him drawing more stuff. And that thing's just going to... The Thraben Inspector's just going to trade with it. And make my life sad. Pardon me? Why are we doing this? Why can I not... Where did that card go? Ever After? Where... Would it just disappear or something? Alright. Whatever. We have Elder Deep Fiend. We can tap 1, 2, 3, 4 things and deal a ton of damage. Don't even need to, I'm gonna tap all flyers and tap this thing. And I'm going to discard a land here. Yeah, your removal spell costs you 3 life. Again, that's not the reason I wanted to take them down so low, but I mean, it became relevant. Yeah, Blood Mist would have been super nice. Is there anything else I want maybe over these? I don't know, there's the Pyrehound, there's the Alphas. Which maybe I do want an Alphas somewhere. Maybe we don't need the Ravenous Bloodseeker. We don't have a ton of things we need to discard. Well, let's get the alphas back in here and just get more big stuff. We have lots of ways to stall the game early. And our next opponent is Red Tower. Oh look, it's like a perfect opening hand. Got the Drag Under. This could even bounce our own creature if he tries to put the pacifism on it. We've got the Fury Blade Vampire, which I think that's going to be our 2-mana play, because we can then discard this and get the Madness effect. I can play Mountains too. 2-1 with Menace. Doesn't bother me too much. Decline that. We can discard the Blood Mad Vampire next turn. Well, not if he kills it. Okay. Again, still, I'd prefer if you didn't kill it. You just couldn't contain yourself, could you, opponent? Alright. Do you have another Rabid Bite? Ovenwald Mysteries. Investigate when your stuff die. Well, that thing can just get Incendiary Flowed. It can flow right out of existence. Most efficient thing is the Haunter and Incendiary Flow. Let's go for it. You do not get to investigate because that exiles. And I have a flyer. And now we can just drag under whatever their next play is and get in for another stuff. Don't kill my stuff, though. Just tap all your lands and play a big creature. That's all you have to do, opponent. I mean, I guess you don't even have to do that either. I'll attack. There's got to be something here. Galvanic Bombardment. Oh, Pat Guardian. Oh, yeah, that's annoying. Alright, well, I'm not going to bounce Pat Guardian. It has to be a non-token creature that invests. Okay. Obsessive Skinner. Well, that's not a thing I want to bounce particularly. I might have to bounce this. Especially since I'm not actually getting anything, and I'm going to be dead soon. That'll do. 6, 7, 8. Eldritch Evolution. So that's going to get him a 4-mana card. 4-mana creature. That terrifies me. Or a 3-mana creature. Well, it could have been anything with... Oh, hey. Let's just kill him really quickly, shall we? Suddenly we have a 3-turn clock in the air. And this Eldra Deep Fiend is probably going to be... Whenever a source your opponent controls deals damage to you or a permanent you control, you may have it deal 1 damage to that source's controller. Do we have to do that? I mean, I guess I can bounce it and I'm not dead next turn. Now you just play your flyer or I bounce it again. You have to have actual removal or player removal. I could. Oh no, because it's double. Oh, so it's not actually going to count the color stuff. Alright. Well, we give this double strike. And that's game. That game got closer than I would have preferred. But if he did something, I could have, like, tapped him down with the octopus. Well, I'm enjoying the deck so far. Okay, up against Spiffy. Let's see what we got going on here. Well, here's some of the cards we haven't been seeing. Well, once again, we have 10... We have 10 red sources. Oh, look, I have a 2-drop. I'll just pretend I always had that. Again, 10 red sources. Do not fail me now. That's almost a third of a chance of drawing a red source. It has failed me. Well, we're going to attack. Let's just stall for a little bit here. Courageous Outrider. Well, that's definitely not something we want to be bouncing. Oh, we didn't find anything. Okay, well, we got a red source. Not going to complain too much about that. Top 4 reveal a human. Alright. Four with lifelink. I don't approve of lifelinkers. I can just give this thing double strike and it'll be so nasty. Travel preparations, that is so nasty. Attacking for 8? Yuck. Now I can't even... I can't do Blood Mist, because this is just going to be lethal. This can't even block flyers. This is so bad. Faithbearer Paladin. Alright, Uvenwald Mysteries. Four, 9, 10, it's not quite. I need the life linker to stop being a life linker. I also need, you know, the entirety of all this to go away. Creatures with power less than it can't. Ah, being stuck on one red against this board is so bad. That doesn't help. 3 lethal attackers and I can't. Yeah. That's game. Maybe I don't need Rise from the Tides. Because we don't seem to get enough. I need some cheap stuff. I'm going to take out Rise from the Tides, actually. Let's put one of those back in. Alright, that was our first loss. We also have a good amount of removal spells that we weren't seeing there. Said Visno. Yeah, this is all very reasonable. I mean, any third land unlocks all this other stuff. I'm going to go with the flyer because we don't have any of our madness cards in hand right now. Up against green-white again. Alright. I am going to be a little sneaky here. Well, I put full control on. I wanted to tap this thing before you got to use it. I guess I had to put a stop on their upkeep because full control just automatically goes away at the end of your turn for whatever dumb reason. Alright, whatever. Okay, so you make black and green. That gives you an artifact in there for Delirium. Has Death Touch as long as you have to... That also used to be a rare, by the way. Weirding Wood. Yeah, these are things that shouldn't really be happening. Because that should have been... Well, I guess you could have played the land and... I'm probably just going to exile that. And we have, like, lots of tempo-y bounce stuff. This was the idea I had when I was drafting the deck. Play some flyers, evasive guys, and just win in the air, bounce their ground stuff. What do you got? What does this thing do? It's +1/+1 and it has Menace. How would you feel about casting that again? Don't kill my stuff. These things aren't instants anyways. Alright. Island, that doesn't do much for me at the moment. Bounce your thing. Alright, I'm gonna play an island. I don't think I start trading cards for extra damage. Yeah, that's still the best thing you got going on there. Obsessive Skinner. Now guess what? I can bounce that thing again. Well, that's a good one. Yeah, I hear you like replaying... What's this? Thraben Foulbloods. I hear you like replaying that card. And 2 mana of any one color. Okay. Any more Thraben Foulbloods? I don't kill my flyer. That's kind of annoying. That's also annoying. That has Death Touch. Ooh. Wretched Griff. I guess to play it for... I can't play it for 7. So I might as well play it for 5. Oh no, it plays for 6. Oh, the emerge cost is 6. Oh, the emerge is 4. Okay. Actually, we're gonna tap this correctly. I mean, I imagine the Death Toucher's gonna block. Yep. Alright, I could still get a lot of things here. We have a 3/4 flyer. That itself is a 2-turn clock. Becomes 1 turn if I draw another Incendiary Flow, Blood Mist. Oh, hey, there's the Foulbloods he likes playing. Well, that is not any of what I was looking for. So let's just do that. If he puts a Pacifism on it, I can bounce it back to my hand. It is slow, but we're still at 20. Can you stop a 3/4 flyer? That's not a challenge. Alright, there's attacks. If you have a flying blocker, I can win. Or I can... Let's attack. Okay, there we go. Didn't have a flying blocker. That was the important aspect. Alright, that puts us at 3-win territory, which is always a nice place to be. Sticky Wicket. Yeah, this is great. Well, great-ish. Drawing the expensive half of our deck. Oh, there's Incendiary Flow. Field Creeper. I mean, I guess I'll just stop that from attacking. That thing has Defender. Might actually kill that. Just because I don't want them ramping. Bardman is the perfect card to kill that with. There's a Thraben Inspector. Okay. I think we just pour over the pages here. But let's go attacking first. It's a good turn to do this. We get to untap up to 2 lands, too. I have lands in the deck. I don't need to Incendiary Flow any of that. Alright, Drag Under is not quite what I want to be playing. Blood Mist isn't the most efficient thing, but because the Scab blocks. But this just demands that every card I play get answered. Or every creature I play get answered, I should say. Making blue and white. I guess he was just drawing a card. Okay. Topplegeist. That card kind of needs to die. Alright, this is getting obnoxious. I do need to use Incendiary Flow on something. Delirium, which you don't have yet. Alright, let's do that. Attacking with the Topplegeist. Do you have an answer for the flyer? It's not really an answer, opponent. Just kill that. And now the opponent's board is looking pretty thin. We have Elder Deep Fiend that can tap his stuff. If he taps out or plays out all his cards... Oh, we might just be dead here anyways. Oh, gosh. Okay, well, we can rebuild. I can pitch something to... Yeah, one creature is not going to help you. Yeah, this will be a 4/2 Devil Striker. That's why I like playing Blood Mist in this format. Datmau 5. Their next opponent. Any third land turns on all these blue cards. Once again, we have 10 red sources. I like to reiterate, deck. 10 red sources. The 8 of them are mountains, which would be phenomenal to get to activate one of these 2-drops. I mean, we don't have to. It was just a suggestion. Play out our cultist, because maybe that can die and we'll get a mountain, a red source, and we can be in our happy place. Don't pacify it. Well, if you do pacify it, give me one of our emerge cards. I mean, I can just do that anyways. I think what I'm going to do, though, is play the Nebelgast Herald, tap this Graph Mole, because it doesn't need to be a Graph Mole right now. I'll just see what our opponent does. I didn't like that. Hey, I found a red source. He's got more lingering souls. Alright. I don't like that one either. I suppose I could have attacked. I'm going to keep it back on defense for right now. Odric! Oh gosh. That needs to die. That needs to die immediately. I will double block that. And just hope there isn't a combat trick. I don't... Doesn't seem like there is. Then again, it seems like there could be. No? Oh, there could be a dead weight. Alright. Blue is not the mana source we need. So let's... Okay, all your stuff gets flying. Yeah, I'm gonna discard this. And we're gonna cast it. And we're gonna kill that thing. Because it's a little bit rude to me. And he's got Lingering Souls going, so we gotta start attacking here. I'm fine with the trade. I can actually pump this even. I suppose I could have pumped it again because I have another island I could play. Oh well. No blocks. Because Blood Mist can make this thing relevant again, even against Lingering Souls. I need like a... I don't like playing against Lingering Souls. These cards are also really bad against it. Flash and Reach. Alright. I thought this card was considered not very good. I mean, it's kind of kicking my butt here. Alright, well, you're gonna let me kill two things. The issue is I have a bunch of 1 toughness creatures, and my opponent had a 1 card that made a whole bunch of... Briarbridge Patrol. Okay. Okay. Briarbridge Patrol deals damage to 1 or more creatures. Investigate. Ah. I didn't need that. I almost have to trade here anyways. Galvanic Bombardment. That's not enough. This is so bad. I don't have my other bombardment in here, do I? No. Briarbridge Patrol is also pretty good. It also used to be an uncommon. Told you you'd hear me talk about that a lot. Alright, well... I'm not immediately dead next turn, but that was a terrible... Look at how many cards I've had to invest into dealing with these 1/1 spirits. Intrepid Provisioner. Well, I need something that answers both those, and that's not it. Let's make another minor adjustment. I don't like... This is why I don't like playing against Lingering Souls in this format, because Lingering Souls did not exist in Shadows over Innistrad and Eldritch Moon format, and you can kind of see why. These things are just not great. I want to put in... Didn't I grab... Merge for 8. It's a 5/7. Well, I guess I'll play the Pyre Hound. I thought I grabbed the 3-mana sorcery thing. How many sorceries do I even have? 7. I only have 2 instants, that's the problem. Alright, yeah, let's try the Pyre Hound. Again, we're not doing too bad for a first deck here. I've only drafted this set a few times, as I mentioned. But yeah, that's why I don't like playing against Lingering Souls in this format. There were 4 different, I guess we could say, versions of the Shadows over Innistrad draft. This one is the flashback one, which I guess Wizard says was the most popular one. There was one that focused more on creature types, one that had like some big bomby Legends of Innistrad from the past, and the other one was, I have no idea. I have 2 things that fix my mana. Can we at least pretend I have a good mana base? I can play this. I'm keeping this because I can discard this and still play it to kill something. Ah. Gebloth is our opponent here. Playing white-black. Better not have Lingering Souls. Well, it's a land, I guess. Do you have a flash? Lost Alliance. Alright, sure. We're going to get stuck without blue, which we have 9 sources of blue in the deck. There's a 3/4 for our opponent. I also don't like playing against this card. Like, you wouldn't think a 5-mana 3/4 is very good in terms of limited, but it is super annoying here. Well, any 5th land and I can at least kill that. But now I'm just getting further and further behind. Of course, I didn't want to take a mulligan being on the play, because that's also kind of a death sentence in Limited. So next turn I take 4, 5, 6. Oh, wait a minute. Discard to hand size, cast it. That looks so pathetic. I'm still in trouble here due to flyers. And due to not drawing a blue source in... what was this, 7 draw steps? Okay, sure. Oh, I mean, it's playable. Too bad this thing's just going to keep coming back. Blue source, I can bounce the token and be done with that. It doesn't feel like our opponent has much going on either. Oh, come on, not like this. Oh, we're not going to be getting double blue soon, and even if we do, we have plenty of things to be doing. That is very disappointing. I went through 18 cards out of our 40 card deck, couldn't find a blue source. Well, that wasn't a fun way to end things off, but at least we got 4 wins. I do feel like this deck deserved some more. It was a lot of what we wanted. We just had mana issues, which is really weird. We had mana issues in several of our games. Just really weird when we have 2 mana fixers in our deck and we're playing 17 lands and lots of cheap interaction and stuff. But, yeah, that happened. So I guess we'll take our prize. And for now, I'll take my leave.